Hey there, Russ here. Welcome back to the shop. Okay, yesterday I just did a video about how to find a center line on a piece of wood using nothing more than a triangle. In fact, I used a scrap piece of wood. It didn't even have a 45 or a 30. It was an oddball angle, 36 or 37 degrees. And I proved how you could do that. And I had a quick conversation with somebody about that. And their first comment was, and I'm going to interpret what they were saying and kind of my interpretation of what they were meaning by it. You could read the total comment. It's still there in my comments if you want to. Woodworker 1212, I think. Anyway, he first said that I can't have been accurate on that because I didn't ascertain that the sides were parallel. And I told him, I said, well, I did say in all fairness that it was square. And to me, if it's square, that's parallel. That's parallel. Square means that you had the two sides going in both directions, that they're parallel to each other. Square, parallel. Anyway, I've always made that assumption, and maybe there's something going on there I should be aware of. But I think it would have been a safe assumption that parallel was a given. So you didn't have to ascertain that. Then the comment was made that it's not accurate, really, that this is okay for carpenters, but according to him, apparently this is not worthy of a true woodworker to do it this way because it's not really accurate. I'm sorry, but first off, that's as accurate as any way I've ever seen. I don't know why he would say that because I guarantee you that it's just simple geometry that is accurate. So it's just thinking outside the box. He can only see doing it one way, or that is the right way, I suspect, but I don't know. We didn't really get into that much detail. I just told him that, quite honestly, it's as accurate as any way there is to do it, and I thought I proved it with my depth gauge here, marked it on the line, checked it when I got done, and it's right there on that line from either direction, so that's got to be centered on this thing. So accuracy is also a given. So I decided rather than continuing to disagree with whether that's accurate or not, I thought I would just drive in off the deep end instead. So today I'm going to show you how to do the same thing, find that center line, square, parallel, center line. You don't put a center line on a board that isn't square because then it's not a center line. So anyway, we're going to put a center line on this side. And I'm not going to do it with a square this time, with a triangle, or any kind of measuring device. I'm going to do it with a scrap piece of wood. And I can still do as accurate of a mark on that as you can with a triangle. Anybody out there know how already? Huh? Anybody? See, even the guy in the back of the room, he's quiet. Anyway, no, there's probably one or two out you knows how to do this. But it's actually pretty simple, and it's just, again, it's just geometry. So if I take a given piece of wood, scrap piece of wood, the only requirement on the piece of wood is that it has a straight edge on it. And I don't think that gets any straighter than that one there as far as I'm concerned. Good enough that we'll be accurate here. Accurate enough for any woodworker. So all you do is, first thing you want to do is on the edge of this one, I'm going to put a mark on it that's further from the end than the width of my board. So if my board is, if I set it on my board here, I'm going to go out here about an inch further, and I'm just going to draw one simple little mark there on there. Like so. Now, to use it, to find the center line, first we want to find two center points. One on this end and one on that end of the board. That's square. So if I put this down now, and I put this corner, I'm going to stand up. So I'm going to put this corner right on the corner of that board, like that. And the corner of this stick of the scrap wood is right on the corner of that. Then I'm going to slide this over until that mark is right on the edge of my board. And I'm just going to draw a line, like so. Then I can take that same board on the opposite corner over here. I do the same thing going the other way. So I mark this on the end. There's my mark right here. So I mark this put that there. Now bring that over. And whoops. Bring that over so it's the same going this way now. And I draw this line. And technically I do the two lines the same. So guess what? Right there in the center, that X, that's the center point on this board. If I do it a second time over here, draw a straight line between them, and I would then have a center line. So you can do it this way too. What? You don't think that's in the center? Huh? Check it out. This is still set to the center line on this side. That's for the width of this board. So if I put it over here, check it out. I don't think it gets much better than that on there. So you can say what you want, but that's as good on there as anything I've ever done before. And the only way I can make that more accurate is instead of using a sharp fine point scripto or pencil, mechanical pencils, if I did that with a marking knife. That's as accurate a way of doing it as any other way, and with nothing more than a piece of wood. And quite frankly, it is worthy of woodworkers to lay out woodworking any way they deem possible. But the way I do it doesn't mean I'm not as good a woodworker as somebody else, or that they're a better woodworker or more accurate than I am. I can be as accurate as anybody else, no matter how silly it sounds like how I'm doing it. So anyway, food for thought, thinking outside the box. And I thought I'd take this to one more level just to prove that accuracy doesn't have to be on the ruler. It can be without even using the ruler. So if you like this, you learned something here, or better yet, if you have any thoughts about this, leave it in the comments below. You are always welcome to do that here. You may not get the opinion you want back, but you'll get, if you have a question or a disagreement, I'm more than happy to discuss it civilly. Just leave it in the comments. If you learned something here, or if you like this video, or if you think this was accurate, hit that like button and lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. Most importantly, please come back again because I'm nowhere near done. Thanks. And woodworker, I want to thank you for the opportunity to do this one. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Don't take it wrong. Thanks. And we'll see you guys again soon.